Welcome to Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. I'm going to keep this one as quick as I can, and I've got loads to get through, so I'm not going to try and I'm going to really try not to ramble on, right? So this one's going to be rapid. I've got loads to do, done loads, mad busy. I've squeezing it in between work, as you can see. I look a right scruffy get, but that's priorities, that's how it is. So I'm going to get through questions first, and I'm going to get through them dead quick because I've got quite a few this week to get through. Thanks so much for questions, by the way. I'm getting some belters. Graham McKenzie, Grumpy Golfer. Who's biggest inspiration in the golfing world? Who's the biggest inspiration in the golfing world? Now, I suppose that is personal to anybody. I suppose everybody's got their own personal inspirational figure in golf, I suppose. Me personally, I do try not to fall into the inspired trap. Somebody once said to me, and it's always been there right at the back of your head, never be a follower, be a leader. So and it's always sort of rung true, because that way you make your own path, you make your own choices, make your own decisions, sometimes right and wrong, but you learn, if it's wrong, how to do it right, and vice versa. So as regards me having a personal figure, there's everybody, a little bit of everybody that's done so much for the game. I mean, you can reel names off. Palmer, look what he's done for golf. Right up there, right up there. Seve, find a shot. Bubba, never had a lesson. Get out there, smash it to pieces. Look at him other week. What a guy. Mickelson, his iron play. Rory, his driving. Spieth, his putting. You know what I mean? It's just... Let's quickly go through the Masters. I mean, the Masters, for example. Reed, you can't take away what he's just done with his golf. His golf taught the game. You know, he went out there, shot 3 rounds under. Did he shoot 3 rounds? What were the final round he shot? Start again, a bit fed up with it myself at the end, but you can't take away either from. I mean, you've got to feel sorry for Sergio. I mean, that must have been for him to dig. He's dug deep there. He's dug deep. I've seen a few comments as well on Twitter and Instagram, etc. And I think even Angela, his good lady, she's told them all to shut up. But no, every credit. It happens to the best of us, doesn't it? It's such a tough course. But what I finished with Spieth, Fowler, Rahm, and you've got to say, I mean, credit to my nephew. I think he had 50 to 1 on Reed to win. You know, and amongst many others as well. 50 to 1. That's some dollar. Right, so we've got next question. So I hope that answers your question, Graham. No particular follower, just a little bit of everybody. Little bit of everyone. It's like everything: the amateur game, the pro game, the YouTube game. There's loads of people that we inspire to look at and watch and learn from and enjoy. I mean, I've watched hours and hours of YouTubing myself, hours. Once I started getting into this golf scene, if you want to call it. Met some great folks, some great inspirational folk. I mean, the one that stands out is obviously got to be Liam, hasn't it? It's got to be Liam Harrison. Potter, I love what Potter used to do with Rick Shields, the amateur. What did he call it? The amateur golfer testing, club testing. Used to love watching that because that gave me a much more of a better idea as to what us mid-handicappers want. Mid-handicapper tester, that's the guy. Who else is, I mean, Andy T up low. Again, you can't but value his opinion, because it's a very thought out process. He understands the game, he understands what it's all about, but yet still makes it appealing in a way that we want to watch it and want to learn from it as well. So and he's just turned a massive corner. Andy, love the look of your new show, fella. I'm really excited to see what that turns out like, so every credit, good luck with that, mate. Appreciate that, enjoyed that show. Liam Harrison and the golf mates. I mean, it's what it's getting the amateur golfer out there at last. It's really taking off. The golf mate scene, hashtag golf mates, is really taking off. I mean, there's been I've met some lovely folk through Liam, Liam himself obviously, but met some lovely folk through Liam as well. Lads down at his club, lads that he plays with, lads that watch the YouTube channel, ones that we've all conversed with, the Barmy Army tours. I mean, it just goes on, and it will forever grow, I think. The way he's doing it, love it, the banter, love the crack, no holds barred. I think the golf mates and Liam Harrison, Golf Vlogs UK is right up there for the amateur golfer. It's been brilliant. Fried Eggs Golf, what a cracker. He's a right laugh, he is. He comes out with some belting raps and I'm rambling on now, because there's none of that's on my list. So anyway, let's crack on. What else have we had? P-Dash, now Little Pete, Barmy Army Tour. How are we doing, cocker? Yorkshire lad. He asks, refer to phone, so I'm going to try and find that one while I get the next question. Mark Sheehan. Mark's busy, he's always active, tall lad. Any Sun golf plan for 2018? I've got nothing booked at all yet, absolutely nothing. Hopefully if I can get something around September time, October time. There's a golf society I play with, Nick Porter Golf Society. He's my brother-in-law, Nick Porter, and he has a bit of help as well from Andy Cherry, a friend of ours, but we generally go and book something through, I think he books it through Your Golf Travel. We usually get a package sort of a thing. We try and meet up to twice a year, once over here and once last few years, but I couldn't make last year for obvious reasons, unfortunately. But the year before we went over to Mercia and had a couple over there, a couple of rounds over there, played Las Ramblas, Las Colinas and Villa Martin. So 4 nights, 3 rounds of golf I think we played, and far too much ale. I was rough. As for this year, no, nothing booked at all yet, although I would like to go on the Barmy Army Tour of next year that's booked. So if that, if and when that comes and gets sorted, Liam sorts all his out through Glencoe Holidays, Golf Holidays. If we can go through them again, I don't know how he's fixed with that or what's going on, but yeah, I think that January, when we went this January, it worked out just right. It just sort of got me really set up for wanting to play this year. So yeah, I love it. I love going over there. Right, so I'm on to the questions. Here he is. P-Dash. P-Dash. Is it Pete or Paul? I can't bloody remember. And I've lost it. Here we go. Nice video, Bazza. Cheers, man. I've got some lovely messages last week. Can't thank you enough. Great to hear the golf is going well. Here's a question for the next one. This is the next one. A lot of people take up golf later in life, maybe after doing another sport. What would be your top pieces of advice for new high to mid handicappers just starting out? What a great question that is. As for me giving any tips, I don't know, but although I suppose I'm falling into that category myself, I'm 42 years old. I've played golf for about 10 years, I've had a set of sticks for about 10 years, but never really took it seriously. It was just an excuse to have a Saturday or a Sunday up at golf club so you could be with lads, catching up, having a crack and having a beer afterwards. So that's pretty much, and the society trips obviously, you know, twice a year or whatever, squeezing them in as well. It just become a really good excuse to go out and have a crack with lads. I've always been able to hit a good shot, but very often 85% of the time hit a bad shot, so I've never really been that good at it. And it's not until last couple of years that I've took it seriously. So not, yeah, golf's taking over my life. It's pathetic. I'm loving it, loving it. So if you are somebody thinking of taking golf up, so we'll go to a question. If you are thinking of taking golf up and you've done other sports, so you want something a bit easier, done that again, bit of football, your body starts getting tired, etc. It's a great sport. I feel it's the one sport that I've took up since that gives me everything that I need, because like I've said before, it's not always the same. It's one day after another. One part of your game can be brilliant, the next part of your game can be shocking. It's just finding that consistency. You're totally up against yourself and the course, so it's a battle. It's like you get on that first tee sometimes and it's like, right, let battle commence. And sometimes it can go your way and sometimes it can't. It's a great sport. If you are thinking of taking it up, it can be done cheaply. I'm actually going to be doing a vlog, excuse me, with James Hallowed at Hallowed Golf. He buys and sells second-hand gear, so I'm going to go in there with, say, I don't know, what do you think money wise you need to get set up to try it out? Let's say just try it out. I mean, sometimes people are fortunate, they've got their Facebook pages where that somebody will be selling an old set out the garage, or you can actually go in there and choose from a rack. There's also the likes of, I don't know if you can mention names and stuff, but let's say auction sites and even websites where you can go and buy second-hand furniture, second-hand golf equipment from. So I'm going to go in there, so we've got a visual basically. So I'm going to go in there with the camera and say to him, I've got 200 quid. I'm going to walk in there and say, I'm a new golfer, I'm middle-aged, not expecting miracles, I don't want to spend stupid amounts of money because I might not like the game, so I want to get enough gear, get me out there, pack of balls, a bag, a couple of irons, whatever, and see what it can come up with. So we'll see how easy it is to take up golf and how expensive it can be if you wanted to take up golf. So we're going to look at doing that one. So I hope that answered your question. Did that answer your question? I can't even find it now because it's gone back off my phone. After doing another sport, what would you be? Top pieces of advice. Top pieces of advice. Don't expect to walk onto a golf course and play like Rory McIlroy. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. If there's no expectations, then you don't get let down with yourself more than anything else. You've got to enjoy it. Just get out there and appreciate the good shots that you do hit. The bad ones, time will come where you can relate to and realise why you're making those bad shots, and then that's when the work starts. That's when you start going to the range 3-4 times a week to try and work on getting that right. That's when you start getting coaching lessons. That's when you start getting information, or you start watching YouTube, or you start picking up as much information and understanding on equipment, and that's when it starts getting expensive. First of all, see if you like it. Get out there, get a cheap set, go on a course, you can pick your gear up. Let's say we're going to pick his gear up for 200 quid, going to go to a golf course with 20 quid, get up there, municipal, have a round of golf. Do you like it? That'd be my advice. Just go and enjoy it, see what you think of it, see if you enjoy it, and if you do, then it's next step. And loans and divorces and all sorts, but it's a great sport. What else we got? I've had a few mentions. Oh, I tell you what, this one lovely. Andrew Johnson, he was in at the Masters last weekend. It's now, what day is it today? Wednesday. So I've nipped off lunchtime, get this done, back to work, got a mad one. Playing my white tea competition on Saturday, my first ever white tea. I'll come to that. Rambling. Stick to the paper. Mentioned by Andrew Johnson. Been to Masters, and he was at the Masters last week, and he said breakfast. He put a message on the last show. Breakfast TV over here is crap. So America's breakfast TV is crap, apparently. So he thought he'd use that opportunity to catch up on some vlogs, and he chose one of mine to catch up on, bless him. So, hope you're well, Andrew. Nice to converse, obviously. Again, we spoke for the last couple of years now on Twitter and what have you. He's always knocking about his Andrew. Seems a right nice bloke, so would love to meet up with him at some point. And on that note, got a lovely invitation from him here. To go and play either the Duke's course at St Andrews or the Carrick at Loch Lomond. I mean, come on, bucket list stuff. Bucket list stuff. That'd be lovely. Thanks, Andrew. At some point, I will definitely be up that way, without any shadow of a doubt. I may even be up there the week prior to the Open. I'm not going to be there for the Open weekend. I know that for a fact because I'm going to be on the Barmy Army Tour in Stoke. 48 of the boys down there, having a beer, having a pint, getting to know each other. Should be a great crack, great bunch of lads. So there's quite a number of us that went over on the Marmanor trip that are all down there as well this time as well. So it's going to be great. Really looking forward to that. So should be a good catch up with some great folk. But maybe going up there for the Monday. There may be something in the pipeline on the Monday previous to the Open, but we shall see. Nothing confirmed as yet, but my options are open. Team Callaway. Let me just have a drink. Oh, lovely mug. A lovely mug. Right, so no plans as yet, but hopefully up there that weekend, so may be able to, if you're around that week, maybe kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Jason Bennett reckons I'll be 11 handicap by the end of the season, and Mark Audley agrees. I'm 15.9 now. I'd be chuffed to bits if I could get to 12, 13, 11. Well, I mean, if I do 11, then you'll see me doing some cartwheels. Because I'll be made up. I will be made up. It'll mean that all that effort that's been put into me over these last couple of years, in particularly this winter. Massive shout out to Nick Taylor at Aintree American Golf there. Nick Taylor PGA Golf, Stack and Tilt, Grid Life, call it what you want. It seems to be doing the trick for me. I was on the range again last night and I'm striking so well. I just can't wait to get out and play. I know I'm going to have my bad shots. I know I'm going to have my bad rounds. I know there's going to be shots where I make myself look a complete tool. But hopefully there'll be a few nice shots in there as well. There'll be a few birdies. Some birdies and bogeys with Bazza. Cuboid Buffalo. Where are you a member at? I'm a member at Staining Lodge Golf Club, which is in Staining, which is just outside Blackpool, 10 minutes off the end of the M55. It's a young course. It was built firstly front 9 and then back 9. So front 9 was built and played municipal. You can just turn up, play whenever you want. I'm not a full member there, although I am a member through the Swing Studio, which is run by Tony Johnson and Gavin Forsyth. They're the two teaching professionals up there, and you pay them a fee, £75 a year I pay, and that allows me for my full Kongu handicap and entitlement to play in their competitions, white tee, Stableford, yellow tee, whatever, medals, championships. Although you've got to meet a criteria with the championship in particular, where you've got to have, I think it's 7 of each cards in to be able to qualify to play in the championship, which I think is very fair. So, but my goal is to achieve that this year. I've got everything in my diary, everything on my calendar, and I'll be doing whatever I can to play in as many competitions up there as possible this year. It's not the easiest of courses. It is quite open. It is quite open. Maybe a little too open, which is possibly what's allowed me to just try and smash 10 barrels out of a drive, and hence why I've ended up slicing it right over to the right and in the rough and in the trees and losing my balls and being 5 off the tees. Hence why I'm 16 handicap and not any better. So this year hopefully is going to be different. Great course, look it up, try it out. I enjoy it up there, especially summer. It can be a cracking course. Windy, can be windy. It's quite on high ground. There's a windmill just at literally half a mile away, so that gives you an idea on high ground how high the ground is. But lovely. They've got a, yeah, I'm going to be doing a vlog at some point from up there, so keep your eyes out for that. Come summertime I'll go around there nicely when it's all grown nice. They've just had a huge glass house built on the side of their existing atrium. Looks really well for weddings and christenings and all that sort of stuff, and obviously all the ground round it's all freshly laid lawn and stuff like that. So once all that's bedded in and got nice, then we'll go up there with cameras when sun's out and no wind. We'll go around and I'll show you around it. So I dare say you may even see a few course books from up there as well, with a few different characters, let's say. So yeah, all to come. So keep in touch, keep following, and they'll all be there. All right, fella. Thanks for the question. Masters, we've done that. That's best wishes. Some lovely best wishes as well. Stuart Spicer, Cole Samway Bulldog, and the Freddie Farmer Foundation, which is these guys. I think so. Yeah, based down in Kent. Great bunch of folk. And I've got no qualms at all because of the great work that they do in walking round. I feel quite proud, to be honest with you, to have that on my putter head. Great charity, great charity. And also from Ben Briggs, he calls me a top honest bloke. Means a lot, that. I like that. Cheers, Ben. That's good of you, that fella. That's nice. Thank you very much. We've got a couple of other notes. Get a heater. I'm in my shed. I'm alright today because the sun's out, but I have got a heater. Just don't need it. I get a little bit here and there, but we'll see. Surely you can handle a bit of steam coming out of somebody's gob. My first round at year, I shot 89. Our course, I think, is 71. So I think last week I said I shot 2 over par. So if it's 71, it's 77, 87. So yeah, 2 over par. And then the day after my last vlog, I went out and shot a 90. Now my short game has not been great at all, which is usually a really good part of my game. Getting to the fairways and my second shots, you know, I was just falling short. There was a bit more wind than I thought there was. Getting back into it, getting back into distances, getting back into gapping. I need to gap my clubs, never gapped them, so I knew I'm missing, hence why I've just sorted out some wedges. I'll come to that in a minute as well. So been to range with my new wedges, show you them, and I'm after a logo for the YouTube channel, Birdies and Bogies with Bazza. I know exactly what I want, know exactly what I'm going to do. Got Scott Redmond concepts. Going to make me 3 nice head covers as soon as I've sorted that logo out. So that's the same company that made this quality piece of kit. I'll quickly show you my wedges because, well, they're just beautiful. Now, I mentioned before I was playing with a 54, a 58 and a 64. So a 54 and 58 Mac Daddy 2 and a Phaser 64° lob wedge, which I got from Car Boot. I bought the wedges second hand off another YouTuber actually, Mike Penny. Bought them off him last year and then sent them away, got them painted, customised, etc. But I just felt they were getting older, tired. The gap was wrong as well. I was finding that I was missing a distance. I was missing from, with the 54 I could get 115 at a push, 100 yards on the button, nice full smooth swing was bang on. But then I had that gap from that to the pitching wedge. Pitching wedge I was looking at 135, 145 yards thereabouts with a pitching wedge. So I was missing about 25 yards gapping. So I've dropped from 54 and I thought about it, proper thought about this. I've dropped from 54 gone to 52. I've stuck, and then I've obviously need to gap from there. Then I thought I need the 52 without a shadow of a doubt, so I know I needed that. Then I've had to gap from the 52 then, so I've gone from the 52 to the 56, and then I've gone from the 56 to the 60, which is, it should be more than enough. Open it up, I should get that 60, I should get that lob out of it. But went down and used them, and I've opted for, of course, is that focused? The Mac Daddy 4s. I was initially going to go for the black ones, but I thought these look just beautiful. So, new wedges in the bag. Been down the range with them last night. In fact, I put 50 balls into my wedges alone just to try and get myself gapped up and suss out where I'm at with that. No plans to change anything else whatsoever, apart from I've changed my bag to the Callaway Rogue bag. So the Epic bag has gone. Got my new membership tag on there for staying in Lodge 2018, and I just want to get out and play now. I'm really excited to get out and play. Yeah, you might have noticed my name's on the bag. I was called a GCW. I'm going to let your imagination run wild on that one, unless you already know what they are. A GCW. Ask the face if it's bothered. Not bothered. I love it. I like the crack. I love it when people come up to me and say, "Hey Bazza, how you doing? You're alright?" And we'll stand talking about golf for 20 minutes. No bother with me. You fill your boots. So if you ever do see me out and about, come and say hello. Especially at 19th. So that's everything done, dusted. Playing on Saturday, first white tee competition ever. So I'm really excited by that. Weather, hopefully, yesterday morning's forecast said that it was going to rain on Friday and Saturday, which is then making me think, how on earth can we play a white tee competition, because you can't lift and place, obviously. But if it was going to rain on Friday and Saturday, there'd be no choice but to lift and place, unfortunately, because of the, excuse me, the amount of bad weather we have had. So I was worried, I won't lie, but then I saw a forecast last night and said it's going to be sunshine till end of next week. So I mean, we're in Blackpool anyway. Blackpool seems to have its own climate, in all fairness. It can be doing whatever it wants all over the country, but Blackpool just seems to have its own anti-climate. So we shall see how it is at the weekend. In the meantime, I've got loads to go and do. I need to get back to work, finish my coffee, let the dog have a quick run, and then that's me sorted. I'll be at it till 10 o'clock tonight. Same again tomorrow night, and then I'll be up on the golf course for 7:30 on Saturday morning on the putting green. Practicing my wedge play, practicing my putting, and we'll see how I score on Saturday. If I can shoot 90 or below, if I can shoot in the 80s, I will, off the white tees, bear in mind, I will be pleased as punch. If I can shoot in the 80s, I'll be chuffed for my first round. This time of the year, the conditions that we've had, I'll be chuffed to pieces with that. So if you're out this weekend, hope you have a great weekend. I'll catch up with you at some point next week, let you know how this week's gone on, and thanks again for your questions. Keep them coming. Give us some questions, because that just gives me loads to rabbit on about. Try and crack on, stop rambling, get it done, get it sorted, get out of here. There's people out there that are telling you, showing you how much time and effort and hassle it takes to do these YouTube channels. Go and watch them, you'll understand. It can be a pain. I'm going to try and keep it as easy as I can. What do you want? What do you want? Hey? Can't have 2 minutes. Gonna go out. Go on. Right, yeah, it's hassle. Look, say, time, you needed. When you needed, you needed. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna catch you soon. Loads more to talk about next week. I've got some wedges on the way up to Mr. Cranman. Woo! Enjoy, fella. Just for the Team Callaway boys, this little beauty is not going in the bag. Not going in the bag. I'm hopefully going to see Mr. Grace himself, Mr. Brandon Grace, who shot the Open 62, hence the limited edition wedge. Okay, I'm hopefully going to see him one day with a lovely white silver permanent marker and get him to scribble his little name on there for me, so I can stick it up on my wall and it'll all look pretty, with Rory's driver, Rory's sign cap, and a few other little bits and pieces that I'm hoping to acquire over the next few years. Take care, see you soon, enjoy your golf, have a beer, have a crack, get on with it, see you soon. Cheers, pal.